Well, in 2 weeks' time, the prima ballerina Natalia Makarova begins a new series called Ballerina, showing that the dancer's life is not all agony and hard effort, by unveiling some of the real pleasures and rewards, focusing on aspects as various as the great roles, the process of partnering, and how one generation hands over the torch to another. That's Ballerina, starting on Wednesday week at 8 o'clock on 2.
The BBC have been living under a bit of a cloud this past year. You know, one can't help but feel a touch sorry for the poor things. I do so admire their fortitude, though. Despite everything, they've come up with some absolutely super programs. In fact, I wasn't a bit surprised to hear they'd won all those British Academy Award thingies. 23 out of 30, I believe. Splendid stuff. Apparently, they are just part of the 150 awards the BBC has picked up around the world this year. Mind you, I do have this sneaky feeling they get even more joy out of a pat on the back from just ordinary people like you. And, me.
At 11:15, we've another glimpse into the world of UB40 for a look at the facts behind the fiction. Before that, here on 1, we join Steve Ryder for Sportsnight.
Frank Bruno, world title contender. Well, judge for yourself on Sports Night tonight. And bear in mind that Mike Tyson's charitable mood won't last for long. Good evening. Great to see Frank Bruno back in action at Wembley last night. We've got the whole of his fight against James Quick Tillis and all the important ringside reaction, in particular from the world champion himself. Also tonight, we're joined by Mike Harrison, England's new rugby union captain, and give a verdict on the side he'll be leading against Scotland. There's the town that's gone rugby league mad at the expense of the football team. Halifax battle for Wembley, Halifax Town battle against bankruptcy. And money's always tight in motor racing. £140,000 to do a season in Formula 3. We're at round 1 to see who's made it and who hasn't. Damon Hill has got the name, he's got the money, he's also got garage number 13. And towards the end of the programme, we continue our coverage of the World Pairs Bowls from Bournemouth. Angus Blair and Richard Corsie in first-round action for Scotland, the youngest combination in the championship. But it's going to be Bruno first, but before the big fight, tonight's soccer results and some very important ones among them. Today, League Division 1, Aston Villa 1, Watford 1. Steve Hunt saving a point for Villa with an equaliser 9 minutes from the end after Mark Falco had given Watford a 20th minute lead. Leicester City 4, Queen's Park Rangers 1. 2 goals there for Gary McAllister, 1 from a penalty. And important points dropped for Spurs. Newcastle United 1, Spurs 1. Another late equaliser there from Paul Goddard for Newcastle. That came in the 75th minute after Glenn Hoddle had given Spurs an early lead. Spurs go 4th, while at the bottom of the table, Leicester move up a couple of places after their win tonight. Villa and Newcastle picked up a point apiece, but they still occupy the bottom 2 spots. Division 2, Stoke City 0, Ipswich Town 0. That means Ipswich stay 4th and Stoke 7th. Division 3, Chester City 0, Bury 1. Sammy McElroy getting the goal there. And Division 4, Rochdale 3, Wrexham 3. Check on the top of 4 because Swansea City had 3 points deducted by the league today for cancelling their match at Rochdale without permission on March the 3rd. It means they drop from 8th to 11th place, only 36 points to make up on Northampton. And the Scottish Fine Fair League Premier Division, Dundee 4, Falkirk 0. Division 2, East Stirling 1, Wraith Rovers 1. Right, now last night's big fight at Wembley. Frank Bruno ending his 8-month layoff after the Witherspoon defeat. His opponent, James Tillis, and watching at the ringside, the world heavyweight champion, Mike Tyson. It was a slightly new look Wembley Arena, trumpeting the fact that it had a night to savour. Bruno fans arriving in force for the fight that would decide whether Frank went on to another world title challenge. After 8 months, Bruno had the turnstiles ticking again. James Tillis was acting with the composure of a man who'd already gone the distance with Mike Tyson. Bruno, rumoured to be tougher and meaner under new trainer George Francis.
The nature of the beast is always the same. He is a very, very gentle giant outside the ring, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make him a little bit more vicious, if you want to call it that word, in the ring, and do a better job. But outside the ring, he's a pussycat, he's a lovely guy.
The world champion Mike Tyson, due to be ringside with Harry Carpenter, had also shown himself to be a pleasant enough fella in appearances on Wogan and in the grandstand studio on Saturday, but no one at Wembley was getting too close. Inside the arena, the introduction of the European middleweight champion Harold Graham. While the world welterweight champion Lloyd Honeyghan attacked Tyson, protected only by a microphone.
Yeah. How are you enjoying London, Tyson? Well, hey, see, I'm the only one that got the better of him.
After 8 months out of the ring, Frank Bruno returns, and you can hear for yourself the sort of reception he's getting from this big Wembley crowd. The crowd and Bruno know that he has to do a really good job tonight against James Quick Tillis. If he does, it could put him on the path again to the world heavyweight title. And the man who holds the world heavyweight title, I'm delighted to say, is sitting right beside me, and he's going to help me with the commentary tonight. Mike Tyson, welcome to Wembley, Mike.